135, 129. The two breaks that have won him the first two frames. There was a tournament last season in Hong Kong, big invitation event with the biggest live audience we've ever seen, over 9,000 people. He won that one as well. Exactly same sort of thing, really. A new event, highly prestigious, elite field, one table, lots of interest. And is this Riyadh event going to end up the same way? Still only, of course, the quarterfinals, but that is by any measure some start to a match. There's not a graphic that could be put up that's going to look good for John, let's be honest. Not yet, anyway. Because the overall point to that reply record, he said by Sullivan, 5.56. That was in the Masters against Ricky Walden a decade ago. Of course, that was a best of 11. Might not be enough frames for him to break that here, but even so, shows how tuned up he is, how zoned in he is for this event, the way he started. As I say, though, Murphy also began, didn't he, with two great breaks, and ultimately didn't get the win.
I just wonder if Ronnie used the golden ball there just to use it as a stopper for the cue ball, use it as a guide. Now John could take this red on in theory to the right corner. The cube will be running down towards the red and the black. He may be on the black. I think he's seen enough of the first two frames not to want to risk it. Bit of a hash of that, John Higgins, and I thought for a moment it got away with it, but maybe this red will cut into the right centre.
The cue ball kissed the gold ball earlier, but it hasn't moved on, has it, the whole week from what we've seen, amazingly.
Yeah, that's about as far as I've seen it moved, which was no more than about a quarter of an inch. It's incredible.
Because that would be interesting. I mean, obviously, in theory, if you make a maximum, you've got to get from the black to where it is now on the ball cushion. But if it moved before that, then you play it from where it is. And obviously, if it came away and was more readily potable, then it would make it more likely. Whether we'll see it or not, I can't say. Obviously, there's only one more day after today, but it has certainly added a layer of interest to this event. No one was quite sure how it would work or how it would go down, but we saw last night when Higgins was on for it, everyone was really excited. And I think the key thing is, of course, once the maximum is not possible, because it's taken away, it doesn't then affect the frame, so it just becomes normal snooker again.
good cue ball from Ronnie O'Sullivan, considering where he was, but he has left a possible red for John Higgins, but this is going to look 3 times harder than it actually is, because he hasn't potted a ball yet in this match. And Ronnie O'Sullivan is in imperious form, it would seem. I'm surprised John Higgins didn't take that red on. I really am. I think Ronnie O'Sullivan will be pleased to see that John refused it. Just gives you an idea of John's mindset, perhaps, that he's trying to use his tactical abilities to gain opportunities easier than the one he just refused.
Foul, the miss. John Higgins 4.
Well, he scored some points, albeit from a foul. I know so many snooker fans enjoy this match. Even if you have a favourite, it's one to say that they played 18 finals, you know, it's 10-8 in finals alone to O'Sullivan, including the 2001 World Championship final. That was his first Crucible success. Of course, John Higgins, maybe his most famous win over O'Sullivan was the Masters final, the last match at Wembley Conference Centre, 2006. He made that unbelievable clearance in the decider. Everyone will have their favourites. Oh dear.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Yeah, puff of the cheeks. Last thing he needed, really.
I don't know how that cue ball found the pocket. There didn't seem to be a gap. Just missed that brown by a millimetre and in off the yellow. Very unlucky. But sometimes you can make these mistakes and it can be beneficial, because if Ronnie doesn't knock this red in, John Higgins could be in.
Six. Seven.
The red in the middle of the table, making it awkward to go into the pack of reds. But that problem will be removed very shortly. Not a good pack to go
12.
into, I don't think, from the black. But Ronnie had no choice.
30.
Let's just see how these reds open up here. Be interesting to see how Ronnie plays this. I think he'll try and play it with as much backspin on the cue ball as he can muster.
20. $21.
In potting this red,
28.
you can stun off the side of the pack, bring a few more reds into play and try and gain position on the blue, perhaps. Just
29.
overran it, but still a choice of at least 3 of the colours here.
$32. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 32.
That's maybe the first significant mistake from O'Sullivan, just in terms of it was sort of unexpected. He's not like he's left John a sitter here, but he was out of his seat pretty quickly nonetheless.
Believe it or not, John attempted to cut that red in, but misjudged the movement of the cue ball with side spin and undercut it by a long way. Another chance here for John Higgins to cut this red into the left corner. It'll automatically be on the yellow at least. No, undercut that one as well. How will this cue ball reach the pocket? It may do. It has.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Oh, this
4.
is quite the nightmare for John Higgins. He couldn't envisage this sort of beginning to the match. The Sullivan's playing so well in fact, that it's making John struggle.
Yes, it just seems everything's going wrong for him. He's left another red from range, hand on table. Always fancying for those. So it's his chance for 3-0.
6.
And this match has been completely one-sided, hasn't it?
7.
The only 4 points Higgins has scored in the frame in the match have come from a foul.
$15.
So it's already starting to look like the 2 players of the season. Ronnie O'Sullivan and Judd Trump will clash in the semi-finals tomorrow. They've each won 4 titles already, remember.
And there are just enough points on the table for a 3rd consecutive century.
20. 23. 30. 31.
So you see 2 snookers needed. Frame is done. To be honest, it feels like the match is done, and that's no offence at all to the great John Higgins, but he's been unable to find a way in, and O'Sullivan looks completely composed, completely on it, completely in control.
44.
As I say, this can happen. It happened to him
45.
the other way round with Mark Selby in Telford at the Players' Championship. Beat him 6-0, played outstandingly well.
$52. 53.
So as Dom says, chance for 3 centuries in 3 frames. Some of the crowd, I think, applauding the 100 on the board. That's not the break, of course.
60.
On 60, but just enjoying what they're watching.
61. 68. 69.
'That was fairly thin. He did really well to come around the back of the black. But he's got a problem here. This yellow's very straight.
77.
Keep going. Oh, what a shot. Just got there.
Okay, Ronnie. Just on the other side. Only on the other side. $84. 89.
Well, we've seen it in Shanghai, we've seen it in Bangkok, we've seen it in Sheffield, we're seeing it in Riyadh.
95.
The genius of Ronnie O'Sullivan, this black, and it's 3 centuries to lead 3-0.